Barcelona continued to maintain a winning streak in La Liga in the 2024-2025 season, and most recently, they had a 7-0 destruction against Real Valladolid. In particular, the most tied player on the Blaugrana side was Raphinha with a hat-trick of an assist. Coach Hansi Flick operates a 4-3-3 system instead of the 4-2-3-1 scheme in the previous 3 matches, and made some notable changes in terms of personnel and tactics. Dani Olmo started for the first time, combining Petri and Marc Casadou to form a midfield trio in the middle of the field. Meanwhile, Raphinha was pulled to the left wing next to Robert Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal, forming a trio on the attack. Against a Real Valladolid that is completely inferior in class and has only returned to La Liga this season, Barcelona did not have much difficulty in dominating the game, overwhelming comprehensively and constantly bombarding the opponent's unsuccessful side. They controlled the ball up to 71%, made 595 passes, launched 23 points and brought home 7 goals. The Blaugrana also put the ball of the ancient field vertically 3 times. The opener for Barcelona's epic and flattering performance was Raphinha with the opening goal in the 20th minute. From Pau Kabasi's standard drop point, Barca's number 11 escaped, took a step with his chest before delicately finishing down goalkeeper Carhan, who played easily on loan from Arsenal. Raphinha also had 2 more goals to complete his own hat-trick. More specifically, this is also the first hat-trick in the 27-year-old's career. Raphinha's first strike showed great sophistication. He scored after an excellent tackle and the point keeper was free. In the second month, with his left foot after taking advantage of a blocked point hold, showing intelligence and patience, and the third scorer, Raphinha showed speed, running ability and absolute accuracy. In addition, the Brazilian international also contributed an assist for Ferran Torres to attack in the 4th minute of the 85th minute. 1 successful ball goat, created 3 key passes, 1 big chance, made 2 big nines on 35 accurate passes and had 1 tackle. It can be easily seen that Raphinha is the most aggressive and bloody factor on Blaugrana's side. Although Hansi Flick ranks as a left-sided striker, this player's level of activity is very wide. He sometimes moves to the opposite corridor or bundles into the same lane, makes coordinated passes and is always in a position to be ready to approach the goal. Real Valladolid councillor Paulo Pezzolano decided to play low according to the 4-1-4-1 scheme. However, it is impossible to prevent the balls like waves from coming from Barcelona. Right back Luis Perez had a nightmare day when he was constantly overtaken by Raphinha. Then even Iri Comet or Lucas Rocha became victims of Brazilian feuds. Unlike the previous 3 matches, Raphinha did not have to worry about the long-range defensive support because the resistance from Real Valladolid was very weak and he spent almost all of his time on the front line. From being a person who could be sold, Liziota's former feud made everyone with an extraordinary performance. Sharing after the match, Raphinha made comments about his performance and believed that Barca would maintain its current form in the following months. "I don't know if this is my best match or not. But for sure, this is one of the best matches. I'll try to play even better as long as I'm here. I am very happy. This is the first hard trick of my career and I am happy to help the team. I feel very good. Today's tight match shows that we don't need any more rookies. We're happy about that. The coach wants more goals and so do we. We want to score as many goals as possible and always respect the opponent. Scoring goals is the best way to respect the opponent." When he first met Barca in the 2022-2023 season from Leeds, Raphinha's chances to start were not too many on the right wing. At that time, Xavi prioritized Ousmane Dembélé. At that time, Dembélé's attitude to training and playing was criticized quite a lot, but Xavi still protected the French striker. Until Dembélé suffered a thigh injury in January 2013 and had to be out of action for 3 months. Raphinha has a chance, but it's just an opportunity to compete, not automatically start. In Xavi's hands at that time, Asaf Fati and Ferran Torres also played in this position. However, Fati suffered a serious injury and lost his posted form. Meanwhile, Torres has never become the main double because of his very poor performance. Raphinha was not worse at that time but also not superior to her 2 colleagues. By the time Fati was loaned to Brighton, Dembele went to PSG, thinking that the opportunity for Raphinha had come, but the truth was the opposite. Torres played very impressively in the 2023 to 2024 pre-simulation period, but that was still not enough. The appearance of Lamine Yamal was too good, making the right wing more distracted by Raphinha. The point is that when Yemen is playing well, Raphinha has a thigh injury, which makes Xavi implicitly choose Yemen in this position. Because Yamen not only attacked well but also knew how to play well, Xavi and the three districts could not put aside the 16-year-old striker to welcome Raphinha back. When recovering from his injury and returning to the field in February 2024, Raphinha spent a lot of time on the bench, watching his teammates, especially Yamen, play. Many times thrown into the field, Raphinha is also not allowed to play on the right wing, which is his forte. Sometimes he is faked to the left, or sometimes he moves into the center of the stone like a defender. Gradually, Raphinha adapted to new roles and gradually became important, never doubting that Barcelona's fans saw him complaining about his playing position. Raphinha is a model player who doesn't do any work, as long as it is useful for the whole team. In addition to the important role of holding the ball with the ability to create opportunities and lead the ball, the Brazilian player is not afraid to roll himself in the fights to return the ball and hit the ball. Barca always focuses on attacking the opponent in all aspects. And is therefore prone to falling into chaos when changing statuses. To compensate for this limitation, Raphinha always tries to retreat very quickly to support the horse defense for the home team. Unlike typical turf artists from the land of Samba, Raphinha works hard when there is no ball, dedicated to cleaning up everything he encounters on the run. For a winger, work speed as well as physical strength like Raphinha are rare. That makes his presence in the Barca squad even more important. It should be known that in La Liga 2022 to 2023, Raphinha is the player who created the second most goals after Antoine Griezmann. That proves that if the Brazilian is healthy and used properly, he can play well in the number 10 position if necessary. And coach Hansi Flick himself once let Raphinha play in this position. Raphinha's dribbles and long passes were the first options when he looked to pass the ball to his teammates. In a squad of many innately creative players capable of breaking through concrete horse blocks, Raphinha is an indispensable weapon of every coach. The 27-year-old possesses extremely diverse, rich and unpredictable passing ability. Raphinha is also an expert in moving without the ball, the former striker of Liceu Etet, not only fast but also very intelligent, one of the best weapons, originally a top assist player. But his ability to move without the ball intelligently makes it difficult for Raphinha to be caught and tightly attached by opposing defenders. It is also thanks to the unique route that Raphinha can escape the offside trap, deceiving the opposing defender. Sometimes people pay too much attention to Raphinha's ability to make a difference when he has the ball, forgetting that he is also very knowledgeable and has a great sense of not being great. His smart and timely runs have repeatedly contributed to the goals of the Catalan giants. Coach Hansi Flick once expressed praise for the student, and see him as an important factor in how to build the way of heaven. Raphinha's versatility is what makes the German leader feel excited. He can play a defensive role or wash wings in a 4-2-3-1 system. And the latest, this feud shone brightly when the Blaugrana operated a rough 4-3-3. Barcelona started La Liga 2024 to 2025 impressively with 4 wins and slashes at the top of the rankings. Hansi Flick has blown cool breezes to create a new rebound for Blaugrana with more diverse and varied attacking nuances under Xavi Hernandez. In addition, positive signals from the defense line also appeared when the quartet of Jules Koundé, Paul Kabassi, Inigo Martinez, Alejandro Ponde gradually became more cohesive. Hansi Flick's Barcelona is smashing doubts about a collective lacking the ability to compete for the title, and at the same time sending a heavy declaration of war to the great rival Real Madrid and the rest of La Liga. In particular, it can be affirmed that Raphinha is the most prominent face in the past 4 rounds of the Catalan team. With 3 goals, 2 assists, and countless other great marks, when inspiration overflows, Raphinha's Samba will be bustling again.